Good morning, everyone. It's Melissa here from Little Kosher Lunch, and it is Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after Labor Day, and I thought, you guys probably want to see one of those unfiltered videos because you're getting in the groove and like pretty much everyone's kids are back to school now. I wanted to show you what I'm packing at the start of the week. This is a fairly typical day, but what I would say is that at the start of the week, I'm really trying my hardest. And so I'm trying to kind of front load my week with foods that are gonna last me. I'm trying to meal plan at least what I'm gonna have at the start of the week and then taper down into leftovers. And quite frankly, as we come off the long weekend, I'm trying to bribe my children with foods that I know that they're definitely gonna eat, that they're definitely gonna enjoy, and that are just gonna make my life easier. Like every parent in the world right now, I think we're all trying a lot harder. So I wanted to just share with you what it is that I'm serving for lunch today, what I made for breakfast, which is blueberry muffins. I will share the recipe link down below in the description box for you. They smell amazing. And I also will just share with you what's inside my refrigerator today so you can kind of see into the future what our dinners and then our lunches are gonna look like. So here we go. Here is lunch today. I'm pretty much packing identical lunches for my two girls. And today is just leftover bow tie pasta with a little bit of oil and cheese, some cut up tomatoes from the garden. I mentioned this in my last video that I'm really trying to use my garden as much as possible while I have the produce on hand. And then over here we have a little fruit salad that has cut grapes for my youngest with white nectarines from the farm stand, a prune because prunes go great with all this pasta I'm serving. And over here I have leftover veggies from last night that I threw in some pickling vinegar that I had in the fridge. So the veggies didn't go to waste. This cucumber really needed to get used. So you could buy pickled vegetables, but I just kind of throw some raw veggies in vinegar from time to time. And here we have, these are sweet plantain chips. So they're kind of like a sweet treat. They have a little bit of like a kettle corn type sweetness. So that is lunch. Earlier in the day, they're going to have their snack boxes. In this big compartment is going to go probably half of a blueberry muffin that I just made and potato chips. And potato chips are one of those like bribe foods where I try to put maybe not too much, but just enough where the kids kind of are excited for snack and maybe they'll drink a lot more water. So this is today's lunches, using up that leftover pasta and using up our tomatoes that we just harvested. Over here, I'm just showing you, I have two kinds of chips today, so we're bribing a little bit. Just so you know, my house is a total wreck. This is how life is. I have a lot of produce lined up for the week. So we have avocados, these enormous mangoes, a few leftover cactus pears that you may have seen in my Instagram last week. The kids were juicing them for their recess. I have a giant watermelon I'm going to open and a spaghetti squash that we are excited for this week. Let me show you inside the fridge just to give you a picture of a full refrigerator in my house. So I visited not one, not two, but maybe three markets yesterday. One was the farm stand, and it was because one market just had no good looking lettuce. I have some leftovers. I had stuffed veggies for dinner this weekend. I have one stuffed onion, and I think that's gonna be that'll be my husband's lunch today, I bet. The rest of the pickled veggies are here. My sourdough starter is here. These are some cooked apples that I steamed, and I've poured off most of the water into these two jars, and my kids will have that as their fresh homemade apple juice today. I have lots of yogurt on hand for smoothies, some sour cream, salsa, the rest of those white nectarines, some grapes from last week that we're going to use up, tiny baby mozzarella balls. No one seems interested in them, so they're probably for me. Noodles to pan fry, these fancy yogurts. I usually don't buy fancy yogurts, but I do now. I have some leftover homemade tomato sauce with meat. I have sauteed leeks. Somewhere back there is leftover ratatouille. Down here we have the broccoli that we harvested from our garden and I've blanched it. We have fresh apple juice. We have eggs. We have tres leches cake. This is another after school kind of treat. I picked up two of them at the bakery at our Mexican or Latin American market. Okay, down in here I have steak for tonight, or a roast. I have cheeses, I have deli meats, And in here, I've never filled a crisper so full until this weekend because we harvested both a huge broccoli and a huge kohlrabi. So tonight we're having a ribeye steak and greens. They're the greens from my broccoli. They're in here somewhere. And I've just loaded this up for the week, you guys. So I have raw carrots. There's a celery down there. We might do a curry with the leftover meat later this week. Raw apples, lettuce, because my chickens crave it. So I bought extra lettuce for my family and my chickens. We have a little bit more blueberries back there, Persian cucumbers from the farm stand, Italian parsley. These are all the leaves from my broccoli. We're gonna chop and saute them as greens. We are having corn tonight, and you're probably gonna see corn wheels, like corn on the cob wheels, as well as corn cut off the cob. And I'm probably gonna saute that and do some cornbread. Okay, here is the kohlrabi leaves. So this is just full with 12 ears of corn and a kohlrabi. It is now almost 7 a.m., so I have been drinking coffee and talking to you long enough. I am going to go get the kids ready, but I really just want to send you all my love, wish you a very good back to school season, a great week if it's your first week back, lots of strength and treats and bribes and meal planning. With some support, we are going to be strong enough to get through this. I am wishing you a very happy back to school season and an early happy high holidays. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.